Hi, everybody, and welcome back to A Movie and a Hun. I'm RJ.
And I'm Paige.
And today we're going to be talking about Scream 4, also known as that one that's decent.
I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know why.
It's decent, but it's kind of like, it's there.
I mean, I know it's not the best, but I don't know, I like it.
Where would it rank right now? Like, if you had to
For
rank all
me?
of them? Is it above 2?
Yes.
Is it your second favorite
Yes,
or your...
It's my second favorite.
Okay. It's my third favorite.
Okay. Well, what is it, 2, 1, 4 for you?
Actually, you know what? It may be 2, 4, 1.
Interesting.
A lot of people love 1. For some reason, I've just never had that attachment to 1 as others have.
I think it's an age thing. I'm gonna be honest.
That may be it. Also, I talk to me at the end of the season. I want to see where 3 is because I'm slowly loving 3 more and more.
I think because it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and also editing the episode, I was like, man, this movie was so fucking weird.
But we're talking about Scream 4 today.
Scream 4, 11 years.
After the fact. After 3, right?
Yep.
Nice.
I remember when I was a child. I guess I was still a child at that point.
What? 2011?
I was...
I mean, you're a bebe.
We're not that far apart. I was 15, maybe.
Okay.
Probably 15. But I remember I stayed up to date on this. I found any leaked photo I could
Really?
find. I was so hyped for Scream 4.
That's
This was
awesome.
when I was like really in love with horror. Or was getting more into it.
Yeah.
However, I don't remember how my reaction was when the trailer came out.
I remember, because I like Scream, I like watching it with my friends, and then when this was coming out, I'm like, oh, cool. And then I was like, okay. And then I went and saw it, and I was like, oh, that was fun. Whatever,
I saw it I probably saw this movie in the best way you could have seen this movie. I saw it at the midnight showing of the first night.
That's me and Paranormal Activity.
I didn't see Paranormal Activity until like a month after it came out, and I was like one of 2 people in the theater.
Mine was in a packed theater with Paranormal Activity. It was the best experience I've ever had. It was so good.
Mine for Scream 4 was midnight showing, packed. We had obligatory people making out in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
We had obligatory people saying, "Run, girl!
Run, bitch!"
We had those obligatory people. We had, "What the fuck is she doing?"
Oh, yeah.
We had all the
Behind you!
obligatories.
All that, yeah.
Yep.
Those are the best.
We had the scenes where like you were laughing. It took me back to when I was in the theater and people were losing it laughing.
Understandably.
This was before people were allowed to be like truly openly gay, like Scream 5. Because when Gale Weathers appears on Scream 5, you can find all the gays in the theater.
Yeah.
We weren't quite there in society where you were allowed to have a freak out of mass proportions for when Gale Weathers shows up. But the trailer, it was cinematic. It was like, that's the one thing I saw.
That's a
this was the
word.
trailer was a lot more cinematic.
Yeah.
Than,
I liked it. I thought this was good. It's being like, hey, guess what? We're back. It's we're rewriting it again. We're gonna put your favorites back in here, but it's gonna be different this time. And bada boom. I don't know. I liked it.
It was also one thing I noticed about the trailer was it had a lot of cut scenes that were not in the movie.
Yeah. Late minute editing, you think, for the movie itself?
Probably.
Yeah.
And also just the issue. The issue with Scream 5 was the directors were like, oh, not all the scenes in Scream 5 are in the movie. And it's like most of the scenes that mattered in the movie were in that trailer. This movie at least had a lot of cut scenes. Like, at least this trailer had a lot of cut scenes, so you couldn't really tell what the movie was really about.
And you don't know the killers.
Like, even that moment before Gale gets stabbed, I don't think she says anything.
She doesn't. I kind of wish she did have that moment, though, because it's Gale Weathers. And she would.
She wouldn't, because anytime she gets attacked by the killer, she doesn't go into, like, sassy mode. She goes into I'm gonna die mode.
Yeah, but I kind of like the sassy.
I know. But, yeah, I think that was kind of it on the trailer. The problem with the Scream trailers is they really give you nothing to work with.
Yeah, but in a sense, it's good. I mean, because no matter what, like, I do really like these movies. They're simple. You know what I mean? It's a simple slasher. So if I'm getting a little too much from the trailer, that means I've watched the movie in the trailer, and I don't want that.
That is true. This was something we bitched about like towards the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
and we bitch about less and less the more the season goes on
Exactly.
because, yeah, at least trailers don't do it. Like once we hit Texas Chainsaw, trailers stop doing the whole let's show the entire movie.
Yeah, thank God.
I know. Friday was a very bad perpetrator of that stuff. But let's get into this movie. The weirdest thing is I feel like this movie doesn't have a lot to talk about.
No, but I think what we'll do, like, we'll read about it and everything. We'll talk about it, but I think we'll just talk about the experience of watching it for the most part.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
All right. So we start this movie with a fun fact, actually, for the first time in a while. Kristen Stewart was supposed to be the first kill.
I, honest to God, wish that was true. It's 2011. When was the last fucking Twilight movie?
2012, I think, maybe.
Exactly. So this is like peak.
And I'm talking about like this was probably that 1 year between Breaking Dawn Part 1, Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Right. So question, was she supposed to be the first kill as in like, you know how we have like 3 fucking kills? She was supposed to be the first one?
No, I think she was supposed to be like the kill.
Of like,
Hence is why like when you see the people who get killed in the beginning, they're really not memorable.
No, not at all. Okay.
Yeah, because the first kill was Lucy Hale, and the girl that was either, I don't know if she was 90210 remake or Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
But
I wouldn't know.
She had some, she was,
Of
decent
the time. Yeah.
at that time. Yeah. Part 2 definitely had the big actors.
Fucking loved it. Anna Paquin, Kristen Bell, my favorite part.
But I think that was, okay, here's the thing about this beginning. I hate this beginning.
Because it's triple fakes? No, double fakes.
It's double fakes. It's really anticlimactic. It's just the one thing I can say about Scream 4, which I feel like everyone says about Scream 4, the beginning's the worst.
I like the Kristen Bell one because coming from somebody who Veronica Mars. I like Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
I like so she was like not a goody two shoes, but she was like a CW-esque actor. So like
That's a
for
good way to
real.
describe her.
And having her like be the quote unquote killer and then like cursing on screen was memorable. I was like, oh, Kristen.
I think true, but it's also, here's the thing. Scream 1 has The One That Can't Be Touched with Drew Barrymore, so we kind
Correct.
of leave that in its own little category. Scream 2 had a really good kill at the movie theater. That was a really good beginning kill.
It was.
Series of events. Scream 3 had the really fun Cotton beginning.
Mm-hmm. And
Scream
that's
4
kind of a
has-
shock factor too with Cotton. It's like, whoa, you're killing like a main, quote unquote, main side character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This one, it's like, we ran out of ideas.
I feel like they were just trying to, again, since this movie is 100% meta on itself, I think that's what it was trying to do. It's like, oh, got you there, you know?
But then, like, Marnie definitely has, I know Marnie has a deleted scene of her getting killed.
Okay.
Hence is why you see, actually, I think you see the deleted scene when they show the video at the end of the movie, where you see her getting stabbed. Probably the worst actors are in that, like, it feels like 3 minutes. It feels inconsequential. At least with Drew Barrymore, it wasn't, how do I put this? It didn't feel consequential in a sense because I felt like, oh, it was an X. Okay, moving on. But it was really good. It had like a really cool like beginning. This one was kind of in that same of it had no consequences on the rest of the movie. And then they just copied and made a shittier version of Tatum's death.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. The quicker we get, here's the thing. Fun fact, the Lucy Hale beginning, if that was the actual beginning, I would have enjoyed it if they went on for a couple more minutes because that was fun.
Wait, which one?
The first one where they're getting the calls and the
yes,
that was a really fun beginning.
I think
and
it would have
just
been
went down.
I think it would have been cool if cut the third one, which is the main one with Marnie, put Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin in the first one.
Yep.
And then have the chicks in the first one as your main one as the last one. Yeah, I agree.
I just know Lucy Hale because of Pretty Little Liars.
Gotcha.
But they definitely had a better dynamic.
Who?
Paquin?
Paquin?
Pretty Little Liars. Yeah. No. Lucy Hale
the two.
other girl.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The brunettes.
Yes.
We'll call them
okay, the brunettes, the famous blondes, and then the not so famous blondes.
The forgettable blondes.
There you go.
But we just cut straight into the movie.
Yeah, let's go.
Sidney Prescott returns to Woodsboro the next day to promote her book with her publicist, Rebecca Walters. Wow, that name is so white.
It is.
After evidence is found in her rental car, Sidney becomes a suspect in the murders and must stay in town until they are solved. Bitch, how the fuck is she a suspect?
Because she had a murder weapon in her car. Remember when, I don't know what fucking movie it was, the trailer was like, was it 2? Where they were like, oh, Sidney might be the killer. Whoa, you know?
Yeah, that was 2.
Yeah, so they're continuing that. Is it smart?
We
No.
get introductions to Dewey very angrily getting out of bed.
Yeah, in his full-size bed with Courtney Cox, a.k.a. Gale Weathers, author of The Woodsboro Murders by Gale Weathers.
Oh, my God. The best part of that scene was when he gets out of bed, she's like, the bed is mine now.
It's a full bed. Of course she's
encompass
excited he
the
left.
bed. The one thing, still hate Dewey.
I fucking hate Dewey. I'm never going to stop hating Dewey.
Very happy he's not in this movie that much.
Yes. I feel like...
He has like 3 minutes.
Do you think he had more scenes and they cut them?
I don't know, because if you look at what Dewey could have brought to the plot, the solution is not much.
I was going to say, it's still nothing.
He brings nothing to the plot. The only thing he does is he's a constant roadblock for Gale.
Yes. And their dynamic is just like, I'm the sheriff now, Gale. I don't need you.
Sure, I only got this job because of you, and you solved everything, and then you kind of just gave me the credit, and, I can't do shit at all on my own. Like, remember that last movie where, the killer called me, and you were like, he just kept beating the shit out of me while Sidney was on the phone with me? Sheriff. Oh, God. I hate Dewey so much. He's also very sweaty.
He's always sweaty.
I feel like they intentionally made him wear an undershirt because he was sweating
through the outfit.
The outfit. The only thing I was realizing was undershirt, sweat, no ass.
So with Sidney, she, I guess, didn't do anything with her acting career. How much you want to bet she actually got an English degree, like I said she should, rather than an acting degree from college?
But she had her play stuff in the last movie.
What do you mean?
She had the Oedipus play.
That's what I'm saying.
Play card.
Okay.
In Scream 3.
I see what you mean, but well, whatever. She took my advice.
Oh, you don't think that theatrical bitches don't fucking sit there and be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write.
That's fair.
That's such
I'm
a theatrical
so
thing
pretentious in myself because I'm an actor. I will become a writer.
But also, I feel like there's a good chance she may have just had a ghostwriter for.
Oh yeah. Well, you think she's that inauthentic? Because Gale writes her own shit.
Gale writes smut. Gale wrote the first 7 stab movies, and I hated 2 of them.
Oh God.
Like you're like, she's a great writer, and then like the whole thing is, do you remember that one book you wrote like in 1996?
Oh God.
And like how somehow, okay, here's the one thing I just want to get out of the way. In Scream 3, they were making Stab 3,
which was technically what, 11 years ago? Because I'm guessing everything is in our
Stab
time.
3 was supposed to have the bit where Gale and Dewey are married for 10 years in Stab 3.
Right.
Which means
they've been married for 20 years.
In the 10 years in those movies between Stab 1 and Stab 3, she never left her fucking lime green outfit. She wore it every day for 10 years of her life. That's
Wouldn't
all
you?
I'm thinking.
Wouldn't
No, I would burn that shit with fire. Fuck that outfit. That
Oh,
outfit's
God.
gross. People go, it's iconic. It's nasty.
It is, but iconic because it's nasty, and she's wearing it with confidence.
And her highlights, she had the same highlights for 10 years.
God.
You're trying to tell me her hair does not fall out after that many highlights? Oh my God. But yeah, they go to the what's his name?
The book
The
fair?
police office.
Oh, wait, where are we right now? We got sidetracked.
Well, yeah. Sydney becomes a suspect in the murders, so they were at the book fair.
Oh, yeah. So she walks in, looking all hot. She's got her little sidekick, Allison Brie.
Ugly ass hairstyle.
Yeah.
The hairstyle for the rest of this movie, fantastic.
Yeah.
But
When it's up, I wasn't a fan either.
the little like crown.
The little tendrils that are on her side, yeah.
ugh, So gross.
The dress was cute, but
Oh, just as adorable.
so yeah.
They see Gail. She sees Gail, and like, there's no like, oh, I'm gonna punch her this time. It's just a hug. It was very nice.
You know
to
what would have
see.
been really funny? I mean, if this was more comedic, is that like once Gail and
She like fakes her out.
they're like, huh! You know, like, oh, almost got you.
But here's the thing: Scream 1, she punches. Scream 2, she punches with the other hand.
Yes,
Scream 4, she kicks.
she does that high kick later.
She's so much kicks. She has such a powerful kick. She sends a guy flying off the stairs. Like it was like a Marvel movie. Sydney's cousin, Joe Roberts, who is coping with the infidelity of her ex-boyfriend, Trevor Sheldon. Holy shit. his name's Trevor
Sheldon? Good Lord. I
Gets a
mean,
threatening
hold on, real quick. I can't get past that. Hold on. Scream does have a really bad track record that all of the white people have the whitest names, which is
What was the name of the fucking? I don't think anything's gonna beat the guy, the security guard from the last movie, like Steve Stone.
Yes, Steve Stone. Yes, Steve Stone. Yes.
But I feel like that was intentionally punny.
Anyways,
So far, we had Rebecca Walters.
that's Allison Brie, right?
That's Alison Brie.
Okay.
Jill Roberts.
Which is Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts. Trevor Sheldon. I can't get over that name.
My name's Trevor Sheldon.
Sheldon. Oh, I'm the school hottie.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
you're not. No, you're not. Gets a threatening phone call from Ghostface, as does her friend Olivia Morris. That sounds like a name. That sounds
that's
like a genuine
normal.
name.
What and Kirby? Do they have Kirby's last name?
Reed.
Kirby Reed. Oh, I like that.
That's a fine name.
All right, can we?
Jill and Olivia, alongside their friend Kirby Reed, are questioned about their calls by Dewey Riley, now the town's sheriff, with his deputy Dewey Hicks, Anthony Perkins, and Hoss.
Just Hoss.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we back up real quick?
Sure.
Can we talk about the introduction to our new queen?
Oh yeah, she almost runs over Dewey.
I mean, immediately in love with her. Be like, yes, I knew I was gonna like you because I love Hayden Panettiere, but
So, imagine being in a car with Kirby. That's the exact experience of being in a car with Paige.
yes, it is. And then
Down to the barely making it out of alive of a four-way intersection.
and then basically going through stop signs.
I mean, I wish you would run through stop signs only because there was a time we went on vacation and there was that four-way intersection, and every time we hit the four-way, you had like a yelling fit about how stupid the cars were.
But yes, Hayden Panettiere is in this one. She's Kirby, and I absolutely love her. She's the best.
As like everybody and everyone about Scream 4 is, we love Kirby.
Oh, for real? It's not just me?
Yeah, she's the she's one of the most popular characters overall in the series,
Ugh,
not just
deserved. Absolutely deserved.
I feel like there's a good chance. To me, it's like Sydney, Gail, Kirby. Those are like the.
And I'm sure
three.
people love Dewey because, of course, they do.
She's probably 4 then, because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people hate Randy. He's so fucking annoying.
Ugh, but yeah, she's amazing. All right, so they're at the police office. Go ahead.
Yep. Gail Weathers, Dewey's wife. Oh, don't say that.
I know. Gail Weathers, author of The Woodsboro Murders by Gail
Oh,
Weathers.
Murders. Yes.
Get it right.
Don't associate her with him. That's disgusting.
It's her one fault, is being married to Dewey for over 10 years.
She got married to him, and then as you saw in this movie, she became mortal, and therefore got stabbed.
That's so true. You cracked the code, my friends. You cracked the code. Congratulations.
Don't hang out with Dewey, and you don't die. Which means, when we get to Scream 5, and we eventually get to Scream 6, we don't have to worry about them dying anymore, because there's no one to hang out with Dewey.
Oh, thank God.
Is struggling with writer's block and decides to investigate the murders against her husband's wishes because she's Gail fucking Weathers.
She's gonna do what she wants.
Listen to her husband.
Exactly.
Okay, we have a lot to catch up to now.
Okay.
We get Judy, which sucks because I love the actress of Judy. I hate Judy the character.
Same. She did bring good elements to Judy, being creepy and just like kind of like a fan of Sydney and the whole, whatever. For whatever reason, her character's in love with Dewey. I don't see why.
She wants Dewey to eat her lemon squares. That's kind of like the whole thing. The only thing I can remember about Judy in all of these movies is she's the one who makes the lemon squares.
Yes, and Gail says they taste like ass.
They taste like ass. Which, wants Dewey to eat her lemon squares. Her lemon squares taste like ass.
You make the connection.
You don't have to. Gail connected the dots for you.
Again, queen.
We get the three of them in the police office, and Kirby's like, "Am I gonna die next? Is that me?"
Because she didn't get a phone call. She
didn't get a phone call.
But see, I like this. She's funny, but she's also a smart character. You know what I mean?
She is
what we would want in a final girl.
Well, I'll give you a fun fact. She was the final girl initially.
No.
Initially, the way it was supposed to go, if they had Scream 6, was Sydney was going to die.
Okay.
And Jill was going to live. But then at the end, they would have been like, oh, there's another one. And it would have been Kirby. And then the next movie would have been Kirby gets pulled into full final girl status as the main character. And then.
Now, question. Why didn't they go that route?
Killing Sydney's stupid.
Correct.
Just for marketing, that probably would have pissed a lot of people off. First movie in 11 years, you kill her off. Probably would have killed Dewey and Gail off at that point. Also, I think also on another end, not necessarily sure if the movie's gonna do well, and this movie has a $40 million budget, just like the last one. So there's that. So I think it was just that thing of keep it open-ended enough to where you don't continue the Jill if they do a Scream 6. A Scream 5, sorry. But you could continue Kirby and say she lived in Scream 5 and make her the final girl officially.
Gotcha. So basically keeping your options open.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And especially because Hayden Panettiere had a no-kill clause in her contract.
Which, good for her. I hope that her manager put that in there. You know what I mean?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, she's from Heroes. She's like of Heroes fame at this time.
And in Heroes, she can't die. So,
yeah.
Boom. Maybe Hayden Panettiere in real life is like that.
Doubtful. She was in that shitty Nashville show.
Oh,
she's
yeah. I forgot about that. Anyways.
I actually had something off the top of my head.
Sorry.
It's weird because she's the Randy of this movie.
The female Randy, but like not in a shitty way.
Oh, yeah. She was likable.
I think that has to do with literally time. You know what I mean? Because back in the OG one, back then it was like, oh yeah, the film nerd, he's like this like unbearable, personality, because that's how, the nerds were viewed back then. And then now it's like, oh no, they're cool. So Kirby's cool. You know what I mean?
which was not true in 2011. Let's just put it out there.
Oh,
Everyone's like,
no.
"Oh yeah, the nerds, they're so popular
They're
here."
so
No, they're
like
not.
the good ones. Yeah, no. That
No, they're
I
not.
promise you that was not the case.
That's not true. That's not. Probably until like 2016, that
Oh,
was
even-
not a true state.
Even keep going, you know.
No, I think 2016 was probably the, like, between like 2013 and 2016 would have been when it
okay.
started. Gail's like watching a Sydney interview, and Sydney's like, "I took my power back."
And Gail's not the enemy. When she said that, Gail was like, oh, "Thank you, Sydney."
I also liked how earlier in the movie, Dewey's like, "Gail's writing a new book, fiction. It's fiction."
Mm-hmm.
But Gail has severe writer's block, which, like, girl, you're getting Dewey dick. Of course you have writer's block.
Exactly. Like, read the room. You know what's doing it to you.
Get a cat. It'll make your life easier. Sydney stays over with Jill and her mother, Sydney's Aunt Kate. She's Aunt Kate. Kate Prescott. That night, Olivia is killed by Ghostface as Jill and Kirby watch in horror from across the street.
Do you want to talk about that little fun fact you told me about Aunt Kate?
Oh, she was supposed to be played by the mother of, in Gilmore Girls.
I think that's pretty cool. And it would have fit.
Yeah. It definitely would have fit. Let's also talk about this creepy scene where Trevor breaks into Jill's room.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. This movie is all about homaging the originals, right?
Yes.
So, you're supposed
Billy.
to suspect... Yeah, you're supposed to suspect that he's like Billy.
This is the third time he has been referenced in this movie. We have the beginning one where, he's called Kirby and Olivia. The second one where they're in, like, the school hallway. And he's like, I love you, and I should have, like, never let you go. And she's like, I don't want you back. And, like, in his head, he's like, but I'm hot.
But
like,
I'm the hottest one. You can't deny me.
I'm Trevor Sheldon.
Captain of the football team. The Sheldon.
All I'm thinking is, like, if he also is on the football team, he has, like, Sheldon, 19.
Oh,
He's like,
Lordy.
ugh, God. But he's like, you could tell he cheated on her. Like, they don't have to tell you.
You don't have...
Like,
no. I could look at this man and be like, yeah, he's a cheater.
But, like... And then, like, they do, like, a far shot of him, and they're supposed to be, like, this super cool, popular guy. And he's, like, scrawny as all hell.
Yes! I'm like, I don't see it.
Like, I know, like, I get it. Like, you probably want to break tropes at some point. But, dude.
Come on.
Like, this is, like, he looks like he belongs... He later shows up at the film club, and I'm like, he looks at home in the film club.
100%.
Ugh. But yeah, we get the Olivia scene where she gets gutted.
That was good. I liked this scene.
That was good.
Because
Great suspense.
Kirby's here, right? At this time, Kirby came over.
Yeah, this is the closet scene.
Right.
Where he's like, I'm in the closet.
And then, and you pointed out when we were watching it is that he was whispering because he actually was in the closet. Because Kirby's like, I can't hear you, Trevor. Blah, blah, blah. So that was really cool. That I liked the little fake out that he wasn't in their closet, but Olivia's.
Yeah. And then she gets killed.
Pretty
and he does like
brutally.
a great show thing where he hangs her out of the window, like.
Yeah, but it was brutal.
And then
brutal.
Sydney comes in.
Like a badass.
And yeah, and the best part of all of this was she like the phone rings, she picks it up, she's just like, what?
She's like, let's
Here
do
we
this,
go.
bitch. Let's go.
Come on. I have a plane like 5 days. We gotta get this over in 3.
It was also pretty gross that Olivia was gutted.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
At least they finally said it, like, I'll gut you like a fish. I'll gut you like a pig. It's finally has a gutting.
You
Finally.
did it. Mm-hmm.
This is where we get the power of Sydney's feet.
She's been doing, like, Pilates and Krav Maga, and, like, she is ready to...
Powerlifting.
Yeah,
So
all
she
of
can,
it.
she can, force kick the guy. Like, she rolls him off and then kicks him, and he goes flying down the stairs. And then he gets up, and she kicks him high kicks him in the face.
Like, you know how they always are like, what final girl do you want to be in a horror movie with? Sydney's in my top 3. Just from
She may be
this.
my top one.
Right?
When your superpower in horror movies is I am the survivor, that's like the superpower.
And she didn't need a weapon. She went into this house with the killer who has a knife, and she's like, "Nah, I don't need that. My legs
I
are
got
my
my
weapon."
My body is my weapon. At the hospital, Sydney fires Rebecca after learning of her plan to exploit the murders to increase book sales, and Rebecca is subsequently murdered by Ghostface.
Now, question.
Yeah.
Was this, do you think, to me, because we're in a parking garage, was this an homage to Candyman? Or is that just me?
Possibly, but it's also just garages are scary.
Yeah,
I get very anxious, and I as a guy get anxious
Yeah.
at night alone in a parking garage. I don't want to know.
You don't.
If I was a woman, and I would be like,
You don't
you know
wanna
what?
know.
Fuck it. I'm not going to the parking garage. I'm sleeping here tonight.
You always, always carry your keys.
You have the key?
Yep, always in between,
between
your
the fingers?
Yep.
That's one of the like. There's certain places I never want to be caught at night.
Mm-hmm.
Empty parking garage, even at a hospital, because I've had the points where I've had to. I left hospital at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it's the worst.
No. I hate it. I hate it. She has. Let's just talk about Allison Brie for a
Let's do
second.
it. Yeah.
Super bitch in this movie.
Oh, I was like, the actress, really?
No, the character Rebecca.
Yes, she is.
Super bitch. Gets bitched out by Gail Weathers.
Yeah.
Love her. Has. I just want to go through her outfit in this scene because her outfit makes no sense.
That's all we were
It's-
focusing on when we were watching.
Oh
it.
yeah, she has a skirt,
Mm-hmm.
a pea coat, it was a nice pea coat.
It was very cute.
Pea coat, and then like a leather corset top and a bra.
Yeah, and the bra looked double layered.
Yeah.
In a way, like there was lace. I think I don't know. It was a very strange.
It was
outfit.
the top. It was the leather top that caught my eye.
Yeah, I mean, I get it's 2011, but my God.
That top. When she was running, I was like, because usually in movies they're like, oh, let's make it, and then their boobs just like jiggle up and down.
Because it's a horror movie, we know what we're about. Yeah.
I was like, if her boobs jiggle, this is a lie, because that leather vest is so
That-
tight, nothing
It
is moving.
keeping everything in place.
You have more of a chance of everything popping out than it moving in centimeter,
Yes.
let alone like full on. Her death is pretty fucking scary though.
It is.
But I think it's because, like we just mentioned, her death is in a place most people fear.
Yep.
Parking garage
By yourself.
at night.
Yep.
By yourself. Your car's not starting, which is like, even goes further into the nightmare of all that. I just like how Dewey's like out there at the podium. He's like, we'll take questions now. And Gail's like, I got this shit. He's like, Gail? And she's like, so the murders, they're like the rest, like the old ones.
Care to comment?
Want to talk about that? And he's like, we'll talk about it at home. Okay, we're done.
See, and I hate that. That's just another reason to hate Dewey, because she right there is trying to be a professional reporter, right? And then he's just treating her as his wife, who is insignificant to this investigation. I'm like,
Also,
fuck you, Dewey.
I love her chain. Like, she kind of had like the chain necklace. Oh, that was such a nice necklace.
It was.
If I can describe Gail in this movie, it's just power suits.
Deservingly, right?
Just plain, like, just power suits and a leather jacket, like towards the end.
This
like,
is
that's
the
all she
fourth
gets.
time she's been through this shit. She knows what to look for. She's got this
The
in
best
the bag.
one is when Rebecca gets thrown and like crashes through the car. Dewey goes like, "Let me go check her pulse." Like, she's gonna be fucking alive at that point.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Gail's just like, "So
You want to work
we're
with
not
me
a team
now?
anymore?"
Yeah.
like-
She's like, call me when you're on Team Gale, and then walks away. And I'm like, yes, girl.
I thought she said, "I am the sheriff." Also,
Yeah, she did. When she was leaving, she's like, move it, I am the sheriff.
I was like, "You." At this point, you are, because Dewey just went, "Well, what do I do?"
Yeah, literally.
Which means he literally looks to Gail for everything.
Mm-hmm.
He probably looks to Gail for like which way to wipe his ass when he goes to the bathroom. I hate Dewey.
Thank you for
The,
going
the,
on the
the entire
hating
episode
Dewey.
is just going to be, I hate Dewey.
I'm-
I hate Dewey. And the worst thing is, in Scream 5, he is the pivotal point of the movie.
Because
For, like,
of course
the first
he is.
2 acts. Gail and Sydney like barely are barely there until the 3rd act. And Dewey just carries everything. Like, ew, Dewey.
Gross.
He's gross. He's nasty. He's friends with Judy.
Yeah, and his sweaty ass.
He chose Judy over Gail.
Yeah. Mistake.
The best one. Can we just go back 1 second?
Sure.
Can we talk about when you and I screamed and applauded?
When?
To the point where Discord did not even get our mics because we peeked out the mics where Discord auto-muted us.
What? When?
When Sydney leaves the police office and she's like, Judy's like, you can't go in there. And she's like, how about I wrote the book on this?
Literally, she wrote the book on
And
this?
she walks in and she's like, I wrote the book on this. The Woodsboro Murders by Gail Weathers. I'm like,
She did it.
if it's not in Scream 5, I'm pissed. The Woodsboro Murders by Gail Weathers needs to be in every movie, and if it is not, it is a failure of a movie, and if Scream 5 doesn't have it, it is automatically the worst Scream movie.
Instantly.
Every movie has had it so far.
Deservingly.
Scream 3 had the actual book.
Oh my god.
The entire, like, if I ever have to do, like, a compilation of these 4 episodes, it's just going to be us talking about this book for 4 episodes straight.
Now, real quick, if I ever meet Courtney Cox, I need to get a printout of the cover of The Woodsboro by Gail Weathers and have her
Yes.
sign it.
Yes. Oh, please. If we end up doing Halloween Horror Nights this year, it's going to be me, like, dressed up as her with, like, a book. Just like,
Yes, 100%.
do you know who I am? Where's the VIP entrance? That's all I'm going to do.
Oh god.
Oh, man. But yeah, she gets killed. Becky gets killed.
Becky?
Rebecca.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She's Becky.
Yeah. That's right.
She gets killed. Is that really all that really happens? Yeah. Wow. God, this movie moves really quickly
So
compared to like the last movie.
real quick after this though, Gail goes to the cinema kids and's like, "Yo,
Yes.
we're working together. That's the deal."
And Sidney Prescott has a studded belt.
Yes. So they
Straight out of Hot Topic, bitch.
100%. It's 2011. She don't care. She and Gail go to the cinema club, and there we get the good old exposition about horror movies.
There's one scene I like one shot I like in that where Kirby's like, psst,
Yeah.
and like Sydney looks over and she just shows the live stream to Sydney
That it's
where
being
everything's going
recorded.
on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rules were stupid in this movie.
I
just gonna put it
agree.
out there. They were really stupid.
Do you remember the rules?
Oh God.
Like homage the originals, but don't do the originals type of thing.
Yeah. you can
Everyone's up
one-up
for
it.
grabs, as they always say. Kill the original final girl because you're starting a new franchise. Blah 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 blah.
You could have been like, honestly, you could have said those are the rules, like
Verbatim.
Word for word. I would have been like, yeah, like, that checks,
Yeah.
I guess.
So
'Cause I checked out with the new rules. They were so stupid.
understandable.
Charlie theorizes that the killer is following the new rules
Oh,
of horror
there you
remakes and concludes that the killer will likely strike at a screening party for the Stab franchise.
But
Gail attends the party to investigate, but Ghostface attacks her, stabbing her in the shoulder. Gail Weathers looks like such a mom. at
she
this
does.
party.
So when she gets there, she has her equipment, right? But she looks great. That outfit was amazing.
She took some style advice from Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
with
With the leather
his outfit.
jacket. So she puts on the Ghostface mask, and then she's just like mom dancing to like blend in.
Which is the perfect way to blend
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Is the
Not suspicious whatsoever.
to ooh your your way up to the top. The one scene I actually do like is they reference Scream 2,
Yeah.
where they do they're playing Scream 1 and it's playing and it's getting to the scene and Gail walks up and puts a camera literally on the stage.
Mhm.
And was just like, get off the stage. She just flips them off and like, yeah, that's right.
That's fair. So she puts all
Gail
these
Weathers.
cameras around the barn, which was pretty cool. She's like, yeah, I still got it. And we're like,
She's tech mommy.
yeah, exactly. She is tech mommy.
And then she calls Dewey and she's like, Dewey, I'm at the barn.
My cameras are, being blocked on purpose, basically.
And she's just like, well, I'm going to go solve it on my own then, since you still want to be a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, Gail, wait. Where do I turn?
How do I get there?
How do I use the steering wheel? What pedals drive again? Gail, how do I breathe?
Out or in out? I don't know.
In. Or is it just in? Doesn't pick, leaves. Judy, how do I breathe? That's probably why Judy loves him. She gets to mom him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she gets stabbed, and then Dewey shows up in time to watch her start getting attacked.
Yeah, and obviously he's always been a bad shot, still a bad shot.
Yeah. I mean, if you've played anything in VR, aiming is a lot harder than it actually seems to be in real life.
And VR, what about regular life?
You would think, but the thing is, like, you kind of get an idea of how the reticle works in VR in a sense.
No,
like,
but I'm just
with
saying.
aiming.
I mean, Dewey's
like,
just trash. That's my point.
I will give him credit for the first shot missing. You just saw Gail getting attacked. You're running in, you're yelling.
Mm-hmm.
The first shot missing makes sense because you're just kind of doing like a flustering shot. The second shot should have fucking hit.
100%.
But Gail gets stabbed in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, congratulations, guy. We reversed the roles where she gets attacked and he doesn't. And I'm like, wow.
Good.
So great. Yeah, because it's totally realistic that she's the one who gets attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Gail Weathers.
Author of The Woodsboro Murders by Gail Weathers.
Haas and Perkins were assigned to guard Jill's house are murdered.
Oh, that's where we jumped to? Jesus, okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
What happens here? Sydney and Jill have like a heart-to-heart, basically.
Sydney has a disgusting blue cardigan on.
Yeah, but she still looks great.
She looks fantastic.
They have a heart-to-heart. She's like, I know what you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be okay. Sympathy. I don't give a shit.
Pity party, moving on.
And then what happens?
She goes, we get like a full story arc with a wind chime for some apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like, wind chime's a thing. And then they get killed.
They're being
cops get
meta.
killed.
They're like, oh, cops always get killed in these movies, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, okay. I don't really care about these guys.
Yeah. They're dead.
Their deaths were good.
They had... Okay, Adam Brody's death was awful.
Yeah, but he's the lead to the second kill, which was good.
That is true. Also, I just want to note something.
Yeah.
In our last episode, while I was editing it, in my head, I knew the name was Adam Brody, and I still said Adrian Brody.
I think you just said Adrian Brody. Again.
Did I?
I think you did.
But
I went with it because I know who you're talking about.
In my head, I'm saying Adam, and you're like, I'll be like editing this, and I'll be like, Adrian. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Anyway, Adam gets killed in the back real quick. And then, what's his name again? Anthony gets stabbed in the forehead.
And then walks.
Yeah. I kind of wish the wound was a little bit more open. I mean, it's very bloody, but I wanted to see more of the wound. But that was pretty cool.
Sydney discovers that Jill has left for Kirby's before Ghostface attacks them and kills Kate.
Right.
So we get, we go back to Jill's room. Also, we've had Wheat Thins and Honey Nut Cheerios. We're back with the fucking brand placements, baby. We have American Werewolf in London, was one of her things on her door. And the one thing that should have let you know that Jill was the killer all along, she listens to U2 and put a poster of U2
Clear
on
as
her
day.
wall.
Clear as day, the killer.
It's disgusting.
It's just like
I like how
Creed.
we were both watching it. We saw it. We were like, oh my god, you two. Like, it was just an illicit reaction. Just like, ugh.
Now, I don't think
Disgusting.
this movie is as clever as I'm thinking it's going to be. But I know American Werewolf in London, obviously. It's a very classic horror movie. Yeah. I like it. But is it supposed to nod to that she's a wolf in sheep's clothing? You think?
Could be. You could always make those.
I'm making it a little bit smarter.
You can like say that. It's like saying like the mirror stuff to a director and be like, is that what it represents? And like they probably never thought about it in their entire life, and they're like, yeah, that's totally what it is. And like in their head, it's like, it's just a fucking mirror,
100%. So I guess I'm.
And this one, Wes maybe just be like, it's just a fucking poster. I like the movie. That's why I went up there. It's just one of my favorite movies.
You know what? Probably. So I'm probably overthinking it, but I'm gonna go with it anyways.
Because we had the Stab posters were in there. We had the Hills Have Eyes were on there.
Yeah, that was
which
cool.
I was like, oh, that's really cool because that's his franchise. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, I think Halloween is in there too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They had a Halloween poster.
They say Michael Myers like 5 times in this fucking movie.
They're like, remember the first movie where we played it?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna name him.
And then I did like that scene because Sydney's always on edge, but I really like that scene when her and Kate, I think, are going to be going outside and they see the reflection of Ghostface in the chimes that we were battling with. It's like, okay, there's a connection. That's nice.
And then she gets stabbed through the perfectly sized male hole for a knife.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, that sucks.
And then she starts to run, and then Miss Deputy Judy Hicks shows back up, and she's like, what happened?
We also didn't talk about how Judy is like a red herring from earlier.
Oh god, but she's like such a red herring. It's a parent.
Yeah, I know, but just for everybody, after Sydney and Jill have another, like, their first heart-to-heart kind of, Sydney comes out of her room, and then like Judy's really creepy on the doors on the stairwell. It's like,
she had Pennywise eyes.
Yes.
How like in the movie, the Pennywise eyes like kind of strays in a direction. It looks like that, but she's just like, do you remember me?
We were in Peter Pan.
We were in a play together. I was a lost boy.
It was interesting.
Oh, that's okay. It was a long time ago, and you were going through a lot. Bye now.
And then she goes down the stairs.
I'm gonna warp back into the shadows.
Yeah, like fucking Batman or something.
And then like earlier in the movie, she was like, wow, Dewey, I wish I was part of the Force with you when it was happening. It would have been really fun.
Yeah.
Maniacal laugh.
Yeah, you're supposed to think she's a killer or something, but she's not. Spoiler alert.
Oh, God. She has probably one of the better lines of the movie.
What one?
Wear a vest, save your chest.
Oh, yeah, later, yeah.
Which also, call back to Scream 3, the vest.
Are we... no, keep going. Nope, I'm going.
We are about to get to...
Kirby's house?
We are about to get to Kirby's house.
Okay, so they get to the after party, right? Basically.
The after party.
Yeah.
And then fucking Trevor shows up.
I love Kirby, and I love when Trevor cockblocks her from Rory Culkin.
Why are you here?
Why are you in my house? Get out of my house.
Who invited you?
Yeah, I feel like I fucking love you, Kirby.
I love her. Also, that Culkin scene made no sense. I was like, there's no way. And then she's like, here's all the reasons I like you. And I'm like, so a lot. There's a lot of reasons. Like, there's a lot of boxes that had to be checked for you to be like, let me kiss this man who has his hair supremely damaged by, like, a flat iron.
Oh, yeah. But she has standards, kind of. Like, she had boxes to check, and he was checking those boxes. He's not attractive, but she did say she's, quote-unquote, afraid, alone, and drunk. And I'm like,
and drunk.
The drunk part, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I will say, the nerd, I think his name was Eric or something.
Sure.
Robbie. His name was Robbie.
Okay.
Lightweight. Oh,
I know.
Man.
He had, like, 2 shots, and he's, like, completely done?
2 shots. Do you remember me and you? Like, what takes us to get there?
100%. And then, like, Kirby's, like, on her 3rd gin and tonic. I'm like, okay, that makes a little sense.
She's like, she's not even drunk. She's like, I'm tipsy.
Yeah, she says drunk, and I'm like, are you, girl?
The way you run around this house for the rest of the movie, you're tipsy as
100%.
shit. But you're not drunk. You're tips.
So
Sydney arrives
yeah.
to leave with Jill, but they are chased by Ghostface. Oh, right, Robbie's killed.
Oh yeah, Robbie's killed. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm gay," when he's getting stabbed, and he's like, "Does that help?" And he just gets stabbed again. And I'm like,
Yeah.
This is 2011 when we're trying to be edgy, I guess.
Gay people are funny.
Yeah, right?
The entire series that the series is ran by a gay man.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here doing the whole gay shit.
Yeah. I'm like, buddy.
This entire movie, this entire series has been nothing but gay panic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make fun of the gay stuff now.
We're gonna do it now. Whatever.
When we've popped our brand in, we are about the gay panic.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, she arrives. They're both chased by Ghostface.
Oh, her, Kirby, and Jill.
Yeah, and then Kirby disappears.
So real quick, were we supposed to think in that moment that Kirby was the killer? Or one
If she
of the
was, she would have
killers?
been the second killer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I was like, oh, that's weird, because I knew immediately she wasn't the killer.
Oh yeah,
there was no
She's
signs.
She's too final girl.
Yeah,
She's too final girl.
Exactly.
Or she's I forgot her name. I think her name was Patty in My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
Where she was the likable one that unfortunately would have to get killed.
Yeah, that sucked.
Every movie has that one character that's probably the one that should be the final girl.
But isn't.
I know Today Last Summer had Sarah Michelle Gellar's character.
Mm-hmm. But again, she's really good. We just like her in horror.
Friday should have been the science chick, the jock girl.
Yes.
Probably should have been the final girl in that movie. There's always the one who should not. There's a lot of times where the final girl should never be the final girl.
Yeah. So we get. I really liked the part where Sydney hides Jill under their bed, and then she goes out onto the roof and is pretending Jill got away. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was good. She calls Dewey.
The roof scene's cool.
And then she falls, and I'm like, that wasn't much of a fall.
But if she didn't catch herself, that would have hurt a lot.
If your feet fell, she was probably 5 foot. I'll just say give minimum 5 foot. She would have fallen 5 feet. That's it.
No, I'm saying because she was rolling off the roof. If she rolled off the roof onto the ground, that would
onto the floor. Yeah,
That's
yeah. I was just saying when she dropped, that wasn't
no.
No.
If she didn't catch herself, that would have hurt.
Yeah. She gets back into the house, and then Kirby's like, "Hey, there's a secret alcohol bunker, I guess."
We have a room down there, but she's like, "Hey, it's just me," And then they go downstairs.
They go down the stairs, and then we have this really fun scene.
Yes.
Where Charlie shows up, and Sydney's like, "If you don't trust him, you don't let him in."
Yes, I fucking loved that. And Kirby was like, "You know what? You're right." And it's like, "I can't let you in." I was like, "Yes."
Hence is why, for Scream 6 and Scream 7, since they probably go to a 7,
they have stab
you
7.
you cannot bring Kirby back unless she's going to make it to the end of the movie, because Kirby's too smart to die.
Exactly. Here she was not naive. I think she was just so frightened, and she was like, "Oh my god, I won. We're safe. There's rules,
But she's I think what Scream 5 does, where it's just "Hey guys, she is alive actually," and then moves on. That I think that's just leave it at that, because feasibly she's not really killable.
No. If you do bring her back for Scream 6 or 7, whatever, if they make it, she's on Sydney level. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, she's tied. She's right on. She's above Gale on being able to probably make it out of a movie alive.
Yeah, just by intelligence alone.
Yeah.
But her scene, let's talk about it. I loved it.
Oh, it's the callback to Scream 1.
Yes.
With
Drew.
Yeah.
So they do the whole trivia thing with the boyfriend tied up in front of her on the porch. And it's really good. I don't know. I thought it was really good. She was more of a buff than Drew Barrymore's character.
That's true. What was Drew Barrymore? Oh, Drew Barrymore got Friday the 13th right.
Yeah.
Wrong, which pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was very happy she at least got Friday the 13th right, because
Yeah.
I didn't have to go back to that bullshit. Okay. Let's just yada yada yada. I'm gonna yada yada yada, because like.
Well,
the rest of
and
this.
then Kirby gets stabbed. What,
Yep.
twice?
Twice
which
in the
is
stomach.
really sad.
But she doesn't die.
No,
so, you know.
I know, but I'm still sad about it.
And then Sydney runs, and then she's like Kirby, and then the Culkin dude Charlie's just like, I am gonna capture you, and then she bangs him against the wall. She runs, and then it's Jill.
Whoa.
As you can tell, I love Emma Roberts.
Oh, same. I am such a super fan of Emma Roberts.
I love her so much. I wish she would get all the roles.
Are we mean? Are we mean? I don't know, ma'am.
I would say possibly if the person that we were talking about does not have a reputation of being one of the worst people.
Oh, 100%. And do you think it has to do with her being from a famous family?
Family? Oh, 100%.
Like, that's literally the only reason she has acting gigs?
Remember her first show on Nickelodeon?
No.
Where she was like, I'm that kid who plays the guitar.
No, I'm glad I don't remember that.
I think it was like Unfabulous.
And then she goes on. Did she do American Horror Story before this?
American Horror Story comes in 2014.
Oh, okay. So this is her first, or at least that I remember, first horror movie. And then she gets the American Horror Story.
Well, she does, what's his name first? She does Scream Queens first.
Oh.
With Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes. For some reason, I thought Scream Queens was after American Horror Story.
And she also does that other movie, the one where she cuts a head off.
The fuck? No, I don't know.
You keep talking. I'm actually gonna look this one up.
Okay. So we're obviously not really big fans about it, or about her, but she goes on her stupid little monologue about, oh, it's so tough living in this family because it's always about you, Sydney. We're having the whole, like, Stu and Billy situation here.
Yeah.
They, are like, blah, blah, blah. Sydney, it's all your fault. I'm going to become famous. And she's supposed to stab Culkin in the shoulder. And then she ends up stabbing him in the heart. Whoa. And then... she kills the boyfriend. Shoots him in the dick first, and then she shoots him in the head.
Most deserved death.
100%. I'm like, go girl. You can kill that one.
The movie I was talking about, it didn't come out until 2015, but it's called The Black Coat's Daughter.
No idea what the hell that is.
We will get to that at some point.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Oh, you know what movies she was in before this? Are you ready for her amazing? I was right, Unfabulous. I was correct.
Okay.
She was in Unfabulous. Nancy Drew.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Hotel for Dogs.
Oh shit. So she
Valentine's Day.
She was on a slump.
And then Wild Child, and then Scream 4 was like kind of
Got it.
in that, like it came after that, like a year after all those.
Got it.
So she had a movie where she was teaming up with a police monkey.
Wow. That's great. Good for her.
All right, continuing the.
Yeah. So before we get
This will be great for
into
clips.
more Emma Roberts filmography, let's just get back to this.
I'm done with her filmography.
Thank
I'm
God.
not going that day. Are you kidding me?
Sydney gets stabbed. You said twice. I think she gets
Twice.
stabbed 3 times.
Once in the stomach.
Twice in the stomach.
When she's running. Once in the stomach.
Culkin stabs her twice.
Stabs her once, I thought.
No, he goes.
He doesn't stab her.
He goes, and then right after he does it again, in the side.
Oh, I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, and then she gets super stabbed by Roberts, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she gets super stabbed by Roberts.
So Culkin's dead. Boyfriend's dead. She thinks Sydney's dead. Understandably.
And then we get the best scene of this
yes,
movie.
please, let's talk about it.
She takes her boyfriend. She takes Trevor Sheldon.
Yeah, Trevor Sheldon's hand.
His hands, scrapes her face, pulls her hair out with his hand.
But like a chunk.
A clump.
Yeah.
And then she stabs herself in the shoulder.
With the
knife.
With
She
the
runs
wall.
with the wall.
Yep.
And then she kicks the thing. She's like, that hurt. I'm like, yeah, no shit, that fucking hurts. And then we get, I don't think the scene in itself is funny. I think the way they edited it was hilarious. Because all you get is like her running, and then it's just like a hard cut to her running, like blashing into a picture frame.
And the glass breaks.
Okay, I'm going to say when I saw this at midnight, in the midnight showing, this was the scene where the entire theater lost it laughing.
I remember, I didn't see it midnight showing, but I did see it in theaters, and I do remember people laughing their asses off at this.
And then she jumps through the
glass coffee table.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
it was fucking funny.
And then she like crawls over the Sydney. She's like, let me pose just like her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
Reba wrote her song about me. We get to the hospital. Well, false. She's getting wheeled out after Dewey and all of them get them, and she's like getting like bombasted with like
the
microphones in her face. It's like, how's it feel to be a survivor? And she's like smiling.
She's so happy.
Like, I did it. Mm-hmm. I'm a survivor.
I'm famous now.
I want to be famous. Get to the hospital, and you know, like Sydney said, you'll slip. They always do. Yep. Jill slips. She's like, oh, Gail and I have the same wound. And then, you know, Dewey's like, yeah, that's so nice and cute.
And then
goes to talk to Gail, and Gail's like, how did she know I was stabbed?
In the same place. And
Dewey just goes, shit.
You literally see the two brain cells that Dewey has just start to combine into a one, and he gets the idea.
Oh no. You know, goes to Sydney. They have like a little fight scene.
Yeah. Oof. That fight scene was brutal. Her and Sydney.
It was.
Yeah.
And then she blasts fucking Dewey with the bedpan. Like a bedpan.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was pretty funny.
I liked it.
I forgot what happens with Gail specifically.
Well, she comes in to try to, you know, calm the situation, and then as she's about to get shot. Yeah, as she is about to get shot, Judy.
Yeah, Judy runs in. She's like,
tackles
no,
her.
And she like tackles her.
Yeah.
Which is safer because in the last movie, the last cop that tried to tackle someone out of the way gave Nev Campbell a definite concussion
100%.
at that point. And then she's like, pick up and I'll shoot it or blow his brains out. And then, you know, shoots Judy Hicks.
In the shoulder or chest.
In the
or
shoulder.
whatever.
She's like, Gail Weathers, come on out.
Mm-hmm. Get your skinny ass over here, she says.
Here's the thing about this movie. The reason why I couldn't take Jill seriously is because Emma Roberts is so bad at acting as, like...
evil.
Crazy.
Yeah. And which is hilarious because that's what she plays in her little horror shows. And I'm like...
But she always plays bitchy crazy.
Yeah,
like,
but she's just...
pompous crazy.
She's not believable. I mean, maybe because
like,
she is bitchy,
your
but...
skinny ass out here.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, you're like 4'11" and what, 100 pounds soaking wet? Shut the fuck up.
She gives me that same feeling that I get whenever, like, Green Day comes on. Like, it just feels like someone's bitching in my ear.
So I really liked this scene with Gail, Sydney, and Jill, though.
Yes.
So Gail's like, oh, I just want to say one final word. And then Jill's like, what, please?
Please.
And then she says,
clear.
Clear. And then Sydney's like, clear. Bzz.
Clear.
With the hand paddles on her head.
Okay, also, I just want to put this out here just because everyone ever listens to this and they think, like, I just have, like, I fucking hate Emma Roberts. I don't. She has gotten a lot better at acting over time. If you actually see her, like, where she starts in American Horror Story and then, like, as she continues on, she gets a lot better. I thought she was fine when she was not crazy. I thought when she was just normal Jill character, I actually thought she was, like, a fine character. She's like one of my favorite characters in the Coven season of American Horror Story, but she plays super bitch.
Which
she's really good at playing those super bitch characters.
Yeah, yeah. Just not crazy bitch characters.
Yeah, she can't do crazy.
Yeah.
But even then, like, the people they chose to be the killers in this movie were not the ones who could play crazy well.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think the boyfriend even if it's predictable, the boyfriend could have been crazy a lot better.
I agree.
And Robbie probably could have played crazy a hell of a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made sense, like the Randy and like the Stu or Billy of the group. Like, it would have made more sense.
And then they're all together. The three original amigos are together, and then
And Judy.
Wear a vest, save your chest.
Yep.
And then Roberts comes up with the glass. She's about to stab Sydney, and Sydney's like, "Nope, bitch!" Pew pew with the gun.
Yep.
That was cool.
And then we get.
You always gotta have
Sydney
Sydney shooting somebody, right?
Yes, but I love this ending where she's dead, but she still gets like. She got what she wanted, but she didn't get to reap it because outside of the hospital, everyone's like praising her, and the final scene is they cut to just her dead body.
Yeah.
And like the people giving her praise while her dead body's sitting there, and it's just like I liked how it ended. I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rolls credits. I have a question. Was there? I may have missed it. Was there a jump scare at the end?
No, I don't think so. If there was, it was because of the music.
Okay.
But I don't.
Also, this movie's music, Jesus, 2011 in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean that's what these movies do, right? These Scream movies, they very much date themselves.
Yeah, but I feel like out of all of them, Scream 1 probably had the most timeless soundtrack.
Very true.
Scream 2, like, yes, the minute you're like, we're putting the Dave Matthews Band on this album. Yeah. Scream 3 had Creed. We don't talk about Scream 3. Scream 4, I had a fear in my heart because I saw U2 on the wall and how Creed was on the wall and had a song in the last movie. I was like, oh god, is U2 in this movie? Am I gonna have to hear U2? I don't want to hear U2.
But that was it for Scream 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready to talk about this little roundup?
Yeah, let's get to the roundup.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so let's get to this roundup. As I said in the beginning, Scream 4 is my second favorite. It's 11 years after the third one, so it's kind of like a fresh start. Kind of. That's still homaging the originals. I like the cast for the most part. It's really good to see the OGs back, aged, but with knowledge about how to survive. Camera work was really funky. We didn't really mention it yet. It had a weird...
It was so blurry.
Yeah, it had a weird ghost dreamy effect to it with the blurry camera. And
like a haze.
Yeah, I don't think it was the quality of what we were watching, because when we watched the trailer, it was there too.
Like, imagine, like, best way I can describe it to anyone who's never seen it but wants like an accurate depiction. Imagine when, like, you wake up, or, like, if your eyes get watery and you have, like, that weird film over your eyes where you can see stuff, but it's just blurry enough to where it's annoying you. That's what the entire movie looks like.
If you have astigmatism, this is the movie.
100%.
But yeah, overall, I really do like this movie. What did I give? Do you remember? You have the list, right?
Oh, let me move my quest real quick.
Okay. I'm probably gonna rate it really high. I think I gave Scream 1 an 8.
You gave an 8.5.
Ooh, I did. Okay.
Let me double check. I want to make sure. I don't want to eat my words in
right.
5 more seconds. Oh my god. There's so many notes. Okay. You rated Scream 1 8.5.
Okay.
Scream 2 5. Scream 3 3. And also your highest rated right now is Texas Chainsaw with a 9.
Okay. I'm going to give Scream 4 a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Please.
I'm gonna put down a 7.5 for you.
Thank you. It's enjoyable. I had a really good time watching this. It brought me back to how I felt with the first movie, which is it's just an enjoyable movie for me. I don't really have many qualms with it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like this movie. I don't really have.
This is currently your 5th most favorite movie of the season.
Okay, I'll go with that. It does...
Only beating Friday by 0.5 points.
Okay. What, first Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, I enjoyed it. What about you?
This is a hard one to talk about
Okay.
because, I try to. This was kind of the first one I got to see. I got to see in the Prime experience. I got to see it in theaters. I got the midnight showing. I got all this stuff. So I think I have like an affiliation with that.
But now with the rewatch of
With
now.
the rewatch,
Take
which
that.
is a fun fact. I don't think I've watched this movie since it's come out.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Here's the best I can put it. Quality wise, probably the third best.
Okay.
Listen, that haze, whatever the haze they put
I
on that
agree.
camera is so distracting.
No, I do agree. It was distracting.
One will always probably be the best in quality. Two, I still think is really good with camera work and stuff. Three is like a clusterfuck. But I love the clusterfuck.
I know. Because it's a mess, but it's a fun mess.
The more and more we talk about this throughout the episode, the more and more I'm like, wow, this may be my least favorite Scream movie.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I actually don't like this one
What?
as much. I love Kirby, but
Okay.
the thing is, like, if you popped Kirby into any other movie, I would have auto-hated this movie at that point.
Yeah, that might be part of it for me too. Honestly.
What have I ranked as a 3 this season?
No, that low? Wow.
Yep, no, it's perfect. 3.5. That's perfect.
Okay.
Because that puts it tied with House of Wax, and I think that is perfect where it is.
Wow. Okay. That's fine.
I had more fun with House of Wax because the second act is so bonkers that it just.
Wowee. Okay. All right. So we're definitely a little different on this one, but that's good.
I mean,
I'm
you know
glad.
what's funny?
You know what? I'm glad when we don't agree.
The Scream 2, I was an 8.5 and you were 5, and now in Scream 4, you're 7.5 and I'm 3.5.
Oh, that's fun.
So
That's fun.
we do have that one movie that we both
Yeah.
flip flop on.
I like that when we don't agree.
Yeah.
It's boring when we do.
Someone's gonna lose it that I just ranked Scream 4 lower than Scream 3. I don't care. Scream 3 is amazing. You want to know why, bitch?
Why, bitch?
Because I can't stop rolling.
But yeah, all right. So that's what we think of this. Let's get to our little picks that we wanna include.
All right. You know what's odd? I feel like this actually may be tougher than Scream 3 because Scream 3 at least had like dumb shit we could put in.
That's true.
This one is tough because you're about to realize what I just was saying like a minute ago. Like a whole lot of nothing happens.
That's fair.
Whole lot of nothing happening here.
The barn. Let's put the barn in there.
We can do the barn. I was right when you said that I was like, shit, the barn. I forgot that happens.
Yeah. The barn where I guess we're gonna see Gail get stabbed, and then like she can roll past our cart, or like fall past our cart. Can't stop rolling.
You know my effort to a render of it. Even if it's not in the movie, I can't stop rolling is gonna make it into this scene at that point.
Please do.
The
The hospital? At the end?
Oh god, that ugly fucking hospital.
It's the most different. Everywhere else, it's in a house.
It's a house. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do for the barn. You ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna do what you do. And she's gonna roll. But then the like hallucination ghost of Parker Posey's gonna show up. And she's gonna be like, she can't stop rolling. That's how it's gonna go.
No problem. My picks are Kirby's house, because I love Kirby. Barn, and then hospital. Or barn, Kirby's house, hospital, because that's I think canonically how it goes.
The barn's last.
Aw. Okay.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Because people will be leaving the house unable to stop rolling.
That's fair.
I think we should have. You know what? Screw it. I'm not even making it scary. I'm only doing joke scenes. So we'll go to Kirby's house, but we'll be going by, but we'll only be going by when Emma Roberts is crashing into the picture. And then you just leave. It's like dead bodies. You're rolling. All you see is like a person running, but instead of running at you, she runs into the picture frame. And then the third one can be
Clear. Bzz.
I got it.
Okay.
It's a flashback. We go back in time. And we see Peter Pan. I was like, we could be the shadow. We can like be walking to a house and all you see is Judy show up like, hi. Do you want to be a lost boy with me? No, I got one.
Okay.
Genuinely, I have one. Olivia.
Olivia? What do you mean?
Olivia. In the closet.
Oh.
Where she gets gutted.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then cut the get the hospital out of here.
Get the hospital.
And we'll do Olivia first.
Yeah, we'll do Olivia.
Nice.
We'll do
okay.
Olivia, the barn, and then Emma Roberts running into a picture frame.
Fair. That's it. Cut. We got
you know what? The
Let's do
final
it.
room of the house, here it is. The final room of the house is you're going to be leaving the house like, we did it. And then all you can see is Emma Roberts run into a frame in front of you. That's what we'll do.
All right. I like it.
All right. Cool. All right. All right, everybody. That is going to do it for our second to last movie of the season.
Yes.
Next week is our final movie, Scream 5.
Yeah, we're closing it out.
Starring people.
Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette.
David Arquette. Oh my God, what's his name? The dude from The Boys, Jack Quaid.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
his name
the
is?
Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Quaid. What's his face? His son.
Yeah. I just know him as the guy from The Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, and that guy from 13 Reasons Why, the main character.
Ew,
13 Reasons
gross.
Why is.
I haven't seen this movie.
I saw it in a haze.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a fresh one for me. I hope I like it. We'll see what happens.
I mean, this is the first one that has like no Craven whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, honestly.
So it'll be different in like some regard that
Okay.
that he's not there. Oh, also I forgot Martha Meeks comes back.
Who?
Martha.
The sister.
Yeah.
Yay.
She comes back.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode today. We are, we hope you come back for our final movie.
Please do. Please join us.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll see you then.
Next week. Oh no, next 2 weeks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
5 innocent people killed, not a sign of